The fastest way to understand smell is to miss the uniform for the potential. Rain simmer across the street of Manhattan as headlight reflect against the glass walls of the Sterling Room, one of the city's most exclusive restaurants where every reservation has been booked weeks in advance. Inside, Crystal Chandler Penet Golden Light Acropolis Mark Blue White Soft Piano Music Director. Conversion Stay Quick. At Pennsylvania what cao good life with every gesture. Every tabber help people accustomed to making decisions that move company, investment, and fortune. Among them one Emily Carter, carrying a silver tray with Everton balance. Her black vest and crisp white shirt blended into the elegant surrounding circumstance that most would barely notice her. She welcomed each custom with her same calm smile, filet glass before a neon asket, and queerly disappeared before becoming part of any conversation. To the people dining there, she was simply another way to do her job. They never imagined she carried far more knowledge than a neon iPad. Emily had learned years ago that people reveal their true character when they believe the person serving them had nothing to offer except another cup of coffee or another basket of warm bread. She never quite they assumed titan. Silencer often gave her a better understanding of people than question ever could. At exactly 7 o'clock, there are most shape and most imperceptible as several luxury sports utility stop or sit entrance. The restaurant manager said his ticket before personally greeting the evening's most important guest. Daniel Whitmore stepped out the door with confidence, full of be several international business partners. And through American busy living, Daniel has spent years building investment partnerships throughout the Middle East, earning both influence and respect among wealthy Arab entrepreneurs. His reputation filled room before his voice ever did. Berlin. Demanding. Pressy. Among Veducteo Epet SBK Hebeliet Hepai for it. Every emlo immediately recognize him. Every emlo except Emily Risted with Visin Nevers. She simply picked up a little menu, a project a private dining table overlooking Central Park, and smiled prettily. Good evening. Welcome to the Sterling Room. My name is Emily, and I will be taking care of your tableton guy. Daniel barely lifted his eyes from the contract resting beside his phone. Water, he had sighed without looking at her. Sparkling. Emily nodded againly. Sir, sir. She filled every crystal glass with cafe precision while Daniel greeted his word. One SUV thanked her warmly. Another smiled prettily. Daniel remained focused on business, treating her presence like part of the furniture throughout the table. As she stepped back, the discussion shifted naturally into Arabic. Daniel leaned toward one of his associates with a relaxed confidence of showing conveying the language Greek a private while around the conversation. A subtle grin crossed his face as he made a remark that caused several words to laugh queerly. One man glanced toward Emily before joining the louder. Daniel did not bother lowering his voice. He assumed she will never understand a single word. Emily's hands remained perfect steady as she clutched an empty serving tray. Her expression never changed. She thanked another good passing neighbor, smiled at a family celebrating an anniversary across the room, and kindly wanted toward the kitchen easily as though nothing unsung had happened. Behind her composed face, however, every Arabic sentence echoed with perfect clarity, and one particular remark lingered longer than the other because Daniel Whitmore had just made a mistake that would soon teach him a lesson no amount of money can buy. Emily pushed through the kitchen door as if nothing unsung had happened, carrying an empty silver tray beneath her arm while the rest of the restaurant continued around her. Steam rose from freshly prepared dishes. Chef Khaled ordered with precision. Palace slid across stained steel counter before disappearing into the hands of waiting server. Every moved with perfect timing, yet Emily remained the calmest person in the room. She quickly checked the net order, adjusted a garnish that had shapes like during plating, and thanked the chef before returning to the dining room. There was never any rush in her movement because she understood that confidence did not need to and now issue. Rebecca Lawson watched her from across the service station with quick admiration. During the 5 years Emily had worked at a sterling room, she had never once raised her voice, never blamed a cow for a mistake, and never allowed a difficult custom to change kindes in her tone. The new server often wonder how Samuel Inning and Hollywood cow carry herself with the quick confidence of an SUV. Emily never answered those questions because she believed people deserve to discover trust through action instead of explanation. Away from the restaurant, her life was remarkably simple. She set a modest apartment with her younger sister, Hannah, whose final year of college had become Emily's great priority. Double shift, late night, and weekend spent working with sacrifice Emily as a pet without complaint because every two-thing payment brought Hannah one step closer to opportunity Emily had once imagined for herself. Whenever Hannah apologized for depending on her, Emily always smiled and replied that dream did not disappear simply because they changed direction. Those were carried, more trúc thang anion village. Return to the private dining room, Emily Cafe referred to sparkling water at Daniel with more stuff before like a basket of warm artisan bread. Daniel remained completely absorbed in conversation with his international guide. His voice shaped naturally fluent English and Arabic as investment projecting, market stay, and future fantasy flat the discussion sounded effortless and most real, and every person at the table upper improve his command of both beginners and language. Daniel believed he controlled the room because appearing had to give him the confidence usually become reality. As Emily stepped back, another exchange in Arabic ran across the table. Once again, Daniel assumed complete privacy simply because no one wearing a restaurant uniform could possibly understand him. One good longer quickly after Daniel made another remark about the young white standing only a few feet away. Emily heard every word. She understood every subtle expression, every cultural reference, and every shade of meaning hidden behind the conversation. It her face remained perfectly composed as she thanked another good for allowing her to clear an empty plate. The older as to visit across from Daniel noticed something unsung once again. Emily never rested, like Samuel at left from the discussion. Instead, she carried herself like Samuel choosing silencer. His curiosity deepened, and thou had said nothing. Emily moved on to another table where she helped an elderly couple select a dessert before stopping briefly to congratulate a family's their wedding anniversary. Every good reset the same warm regard of well or influence. That was simply very pure she was. Moment later, she glanced back toward Daniel's setup just as another important setting of the negotiation began. This time, a single Arabic phrase caught her attention immediately. Her calm expression did not change, but she recognized that one seemingly harmless translation clearly read the meaning of an argument worth millions of dollars, and she realized the evening was moving toward a moment that none of the people at that table expected. Emily carried the dessert tray through the dining room with the same middle pace she had maintained since the beginning of the evening, never revealing that every sentence from Daniel with more stuff had settled clear in her mind. Around her, conversation rose and faded beneath the soft music of the piano. Crystal glass caught the warm glow of the chandelier, and the quick confidence of well filled every corner of the sterling room. It was a place where people believed apparent on the anti-story. Emily had learned long ago that they rarely did. She cafe play a slice of cheesecake before one good, a chocolate souffle before another, and white shake and neighborly couple a happy anniversary before return to the private dining area. Daniel was reviewing the final page of the contract with complete confidence. His attorney sat beside him with a little portfolio open across the table while visiting SUV exchange thoughtful comment in Arabic. Daniel answered each question immediately, translating portion of the discussion into English when necessary. Every explanation sounded polite. Every response projected. It was the confidence of a man who had spent a becoming the smartest voice in every room he entered. Emily quietly referred a coffee cup and stepped back. She noted the older Arab observer watching her once again. His attention lasted only a second, but it was enough for her to recognize that he had begun asking silent questions. Most people in God's server complained. He did not. He had noted that she never looked uncomfortable whenever Arabic flag the room. She neither rested with curiosity nor confusion. Instead, she listened with calm patience, and most as thought the language belonged to as naturally as English. Before he could speak, Daniel smiled and made another light remark in Arabic. The man near him laughed politely. The joke suggested that the waiter probably believed they were discussing vacation plan while they were actually discussing the future of an international investment. Daniel did not intend cruelty. To him, it was harmless humor shared among colleagues. The fact that Emily understood every word never crossed his mind. She simply thanked one good as she collected an empty appetite plate and continued serving with the same quick professionalism. Her dignity remained untouched. It did not depend upon anyone else's opinion. Rebecca observed the interaction from across the dining room and felt relieved that everything appeared to be going smoothly. The restaurant had built its reputation on flawless service, and Daniel Wismore was exactly king of clean was satirical matter. She trusted Emily completely, knowing that no one handled demanding work better. Meanwhile, the discussing at the table shaped toward the final legal language inside the argument. One investor asked a careful question in Arabic regarding future obligating between both companies. Daniel responded immediately before translating the answer into English for the attorney preparing the signature page. Emily's finger tightened ever so slightly around the police coffee pot. The translation sounded convincing, but one important episode had lost its true meaning. In Arabic, the phrase carried an obligatino far stronger than the English version Daniel had provided. It was a subtle distinction that only someone deeply familiar with both language and the cultural context will recognize. She lowered her eyes and slowed tongue away, trying to convince herself that someone else will notice before it was too late. But as attorney played an elegant fountain pen beside the contract, and Daniel read forward with quick satirical, Emily realized that everyone in the room trusted a translation that was not entirely correct, and the silence she had protected on evening was becoming harder to keep. Daniel read his hand on the elegant fountain pen, completing unawa that the confidence throughout the table had begun to shift. The conversation continued with police smile, but the older SUV Veductio had clearly observed Emily throughout the evening could no longer enjoy the unseen sense of composure she carried. Most people become uncomfortable when they overheard a language they did not understand. Emily never had. She moved naturally through every exchange, refilling glass, replying breathless, and responding to every word with the same quick professionalism. There was no hesitation in her eyes, no uncertain smile, and no trace of confusion. It was as though the conversation belonged as much to her Iraq as it did to anyone sick around the table. Daniel continued reviewing the final page of the argument while speaking comforting in Arabic with his words. His attorney followed along through the English explanation, making a few final notes before signing the contract letter signature line. The atmosphere had become lighter and more celebratory. Moon of negotiation were finally coming to an end, and everyone expected the evening to conclude with a handshake. Emily approached with fresh coffee, cafe filling it cup with a disjunct discussion. As she reached the older SUV, he looked up at her and offered a sincere smile. She returned the gaze pleasantly before stepping back. At that moment another investor asked Daniel a thoughtful question in Arabic regarding a future commitment between both companies. Daniel answered immediately, translating his response into English with complete confidence. Emily allowed the coffee pot on the receiver tray and felt her heartbeat become just slightly more noticeable. The Arabic episode she had just heard did not describe a temporary response. It described an obligational effect to continue unless both sides formally agreed to change it. Daniel's English version softened that meaning into smithing flag binding. The different sounded smart and more inviting. If Emily understood that in international business, smart different often become very large disagreements later. She remained silent. It was not fit that stopped her. It was respect. She knew she was only a white standing beside SUV, attorney, and investor was combined everything far as set her out. Sully Somel elsewhere recording the nuang before the argument was Saigon. She quickly stepped away and carried her to the service station. Behind her, Daniel smiled as another bright joke in Arabic drew soap lauter arung the tabber. Once again the humor center on the assumption that the young white could not possibly understand what had been said. Emily heard every word, but she chose dignity over rhythm. She simply continued serving another tabber, congratulating a Retty couple celebrating 50 years of marriage before helping a father choose a dessert for his daughter. Kindes remind her first language, regardless of how others treat her. When she glanced back toward the private dining room, she saw Daniel light a fountain pen once more while the attorney opened the final page of the contract. The older STV suddenly looked toward Emily again, his thoughtful expression lingered a moment longer than before, almost as if her sense she was carrying knowledge no one else had noticed. Emily realized her opportunity to prevent a costly misunderstanding was disappearing with every passing second, and for the first time that evening, remaining silent no longer felt like a reproachful choice. Emily stood motion beside the table, her hands resting lightly at her side as every eye in the private dining room turned toward her. The silence did not feel uncomfortable. It felt expectant, as though the entire evening had really led to this single moment. Daniel Whitmore studied her personal, searching for uncertainty, but had found none. She was not trying to embarrass anyone. She was not trying to prove herself. She simply looked like someone carrying information that deserved to be her. Daniel slowly the fountain pen back onto the polished table. You believe the translation is incomplete? He had asked in an even voice. Emily gave a respectful nod. Yes, sir. I believe one episode carry a different legal epitino than the English version suggests. One of the younger STV exchange and a muggling with his colleague, clearly assuming the conversation while entire. Daniel, however, has spent too many years in business to dismiss confidence without testing it. He leaned back in his chair and spoke directly to Emily in fluent Arabic, choosing a phrase flat with regional nuance that many translators obtain misunderstood. Emily answered immediately. Her pronunciation was forgotten, her rich complex nature, and her choice of words reflects not only fluency but also cultural understanding. The amusement vanished from every face at the table. Daniel asked another question, this time using a proverbially hostile professional circle in the gun region. Emily smiled gently before replying with an equally nature personal that matched both the meaning and the tone rather than offering a literal translation. The older STV slowed his coffee cup and watched her with open admiration. He joined the conversation in Arabic, asking where she had learned the language. Emily answered with humility, like that she had spent years studying Arabic because she believed language was the fastest way to understand another person's heart, not merely the word. The older STV nodded with genuine respect before turning toward Daniel. Her Arabic is sir, it has said in English. More important, her interpretation of the legal episode is correct. The attorney immediately repented the contract and compared English wording with the original Arabic text. His confidence might gradually disappear. After reading the passage twice, he looked toward Daniel. She is right, he asked me clearly. The current English language creates a different obligatino than the original document intent. No one spoke for several seconds. The celebrating that has met inevitable only moment illegal way to cover repleting. Daniel looked back at Emily, this time not as a white standing beside a table, but as someone whose knowledge had just protected more upward. While you as like the different, he had asked respectful. Emily nodded. She spoke kindly, using simple language so everyone could understand. She asked like that the Arabic phrase resistance a continuing commitment based upon mutual response, while the English wording suggests a more narrow obligatino. The distinction sounded subtle, yet in practice, it can affect future epitino between both companies. As she finished, the older STV smiled warmly. That is exactly the meaning we intended. The attorney immediately began revising the language while the investigator thanked Emily for speaking up. Arun the Tapper, as personal thạc hát once overlooked thời gian white now reflecting entirely different. Thầy reflect ian not raw status, well, or title, but raw quy competent reveal at exactly the moment. Daniel reminds for several quick moments up the attorney finish revising the contract. Arun the Tapper, conversion resumed with a camerton, but the atmosphere had changed in a way that every good felt. The discussion was no longer centered on number, investment, or future profit. Instead, it revolved around trust. Emily quickly returned to her responsibility, lifting the coffee pot once more and refilling cup with the same grace she had shown since the beginning of the evening. She did not linger near the tub waiting for recognition. She simply resumed the work she had come to do. That decision impacted on the executive than her fluent Arabic. Many people saw tension after proving themselves. Emily saw only to finish her shift with dignity. Daniel watched her move through the dining room, greeting every good with a kindness. She congratulated a couple celebrating their anniversary, smiled warmly at a family taking photographs together, and helped an elderly gentleman adjust his chair before serving dessert. Nothing about her behavior suggests that she had just changed the outcome of a multi-million-dollar negotiation. She treated every person exactly the same. The Latino settled heavily on Daniel. Throughout his career, he had overlooked people within seconds. Clothing, title, instruction, and professional achievement had become shortcuts that helped him make rapid decisions. Those shortcuts had often served him well in business. Tonggai, however, they had completely failed him. He had overlooked the most relevant person in the room simply because she carried a serving tray instead of a briefer. The revised contract was signed without further confusion. It is to be reviewed both language version cafe before placing a signature on the final page. Hence Phun Lao, this time a company beginning confident rather than assumption. The owner is to be smiled toward Emily once again. Thank you, he said sincerely. You protect more than a document Tonggai. You protect understand. Emily inclined her head politely. I am glad I can help. There was no pride in her voice, only quick gratitude that everyone had reached the same understand. As the business meeting gradually came to an end, Daniel stood from his chair. Every member of the restaurant staff noticed immediately because good of his statutorily interrupted read of a dining room. Instead of walking toward the exit, he crossed the room until he reached Emily, the doctor was arranging police civil for the next reservation. She looked up with the same calm smile she had offered him when he first arrived. Daniel paused before speaking. The work came more slow than they had during any business presentino he had ever dealt. Miss Carter had said, before I leave Tonggai, the is something in next Thursday. Emily listened quietly. When I arrived, I believe I can understand everything in this room better than they understood me. You get you before we exchange more than a few words. I spoke carelessly because I assumed you can not hear the meaning behind my language. I was wrong. Several nearby Emlo discussing glances toward them, surprised to hear one of the city's most influential businessmen speaking with such sincerity to a waiter. Daniel continued without hesitation. Thank you for showing me that knowledge and character are not determined by a person's job title. Emily's smile remained gentle. Thank you for being willing to listen when it matters. That is not something everyone chooses to do. Daniel nodded loud, realizing that the Greek lesson he had learned that evening had never been about language at all. It had been about the quick cost of understanding another human being. The restaurant gradually returned to its familiar rhythm, yet the atmosphere around Daniel with more staff had changed in a way that cannot be mirrored. The revised argument now read neatly inside its little folder, carrying language that reflects the true intention of both parties. The signature had been played with confidence rather than assumption, and every SUV understood that the success of the evening had depended upon the quick judgment of Sommer they had nearly overlooked. Emily rơ sung clearing the tap with the same stide movem she had show all night. She gathered empty coffee cup, fold linen napkin, and then get it wet with sincere warmth. Nothing about her domino Sugetashi at pet price. She behaved exactly as she had before Anyon discovered she spoke fluent Arabic. Tha consisting in Padani more than her remark ban command of the language. Now let go beliren. Humili requit character. The older Esetuvi possessed beside Emily before preparing to leave. You have a given on up with an important reminder, it has psychindi. Langua Bilbroy, book repeat is what allows people to cross them. Emily smiled gently. Thank you. I believe every conversation deservable. The Esetuvi note that with genuine admiration before shaking her hand with the same repeat how well have shown any business leader. Several authors clearly found out, thanking her not only for protesting the argument book and so for preventing an unnecessary misunderstanding partner with the hope to work together for many years. Daniel remained standing beside the table after everyone else had finished gathering their belongings. Her watched Emily help another server carry a heavy tray for the tung to organ the dining room for the next reservation. She moved without urgency, never allowing one adrenal moment to change the way she treated ordinary responsibility. Finally, Daniel wanted toward her. There was no audience waiting for the exchange. Most good had already left, and the soft piano music once again became the loudest sound in the room. Emily looked up with the same calm smile that had welcomed him housily. I hope everything was satisfactory this evening, sir, she sighed. Daniel smiled freely. More than satisfactory. Her paused before continuing. I have a negotiated contract in the range of country. I have met minister, ambassador, professor, and business leader. Tonga the most valuable lesson came from Somel carrying a coffee pot. Emily lowered her eyes moderately. Submitting the person closest to the conversation here submitting everything else overlooked. Daniel nodded slow. That is exactly what happened. For a brief moment has a matter search for the right word. When he spoke in Arabic he believed he was speaking inside a private room. In reality, he was revealing me our assumption. You get your position before he can say your ability. Emily answered with quickness rather than satisfaction. Assumption become powerful only when nobody questioned them. Daniel reflected on her work before offering a sincere smile. You question mine with remarkable grace. Emily simply nodded. She had never wanted to embarrass him. She had only wanted both sides to understand one another honestly. Daniel extended his hand. This time it was not a gesture of a wealthy custom thanking a restaurant emlo. It was one professional act knowing another with complete respect. Emily accepted the handshake naturally. Around them, several members of the restaurant staff clearly noted the exchange without fully understanding everything that had happened. They only knew that one of the most influential men in the city was living with greater admiration for the quick white than he had for anyone else he had met that evening, and Emily returned to arranging the next table easily as she always had, proving once again that your dignity never depends upon recognition because it exists long before anyone finally noticed it. The private dining room slow emptied as the evening drew to a close, yet no one hurried toward the exit. The Revit argument had been silent, photographs had been taken, and the atmosphere that once carried with tension had transformed into genuine warmth. Conversation no longer revolved around investment figure or international expansion. Instead, the group found themselves reflecting on the unexpected lesson the evening had offered. Emily continued clearing the table with practiced precision, collecting crystal glass and neatly stacking polished dessert plates as though nothing unusual had happened. Her calm routine met and most remarkable after everything that had taken place. She had correct an important misunderstanding in the repeat of a complex SUV, and changed the direction of a multi-million-dollar argument, yet she returned to her responsibility without seeking recognition. Daniel noted every detail. Throughout his career, he had encountered brilliant consultants, selected attorneys, and respect advisor, but very few people possess the quick confidence Emily displayed. She had never interrupted pro her intelligence. She has spoken only BK remaining silent while ever allowed an honest Mr. to continue. Thạc Differn stay with him. Before leaving, the older Arab SUV approached Emily one final time. He smiled warmly before speaking in Arabic. Emily answered with the same effort fluency that had surprised everyone early in the evening. They bright exchange and that we said louder, phun lao be a respectful handshake. Daniel understood and now Arabic to recognize that the conversation was not about business. It was about gratitude. After the SUV depart, Daniel wanted to ask Emily carrying nothing except a simple business card. There were no photographer, no assistant, and no audience waiting to watch the moment. Rebecca happened to notice the exchange from across the dining room but chose not to interrupt. Daniel stopped beside Emily and waited until she finished arranging the last pleasure setting. Miss Carter, he said quietly, may I have a moment? Emily looked up with the same composed expression she had maintained throughout the evening. Of course, sir. Daniel played the business card gently on the polished top rather than dicely into her hand. It felt less like an offer, and more like an invitation. My company work with people from around the world, EHSA. We invest heavily in technology, finance, and international partnership. It thông guy, the person Veductio demonstrated great understanding of communico was Shomel we never thought to ask. Emily glanced at the card before looking back at him. That is very generous. Daniel smiled softly. It is not generosity. It is recognition. There is a difference. Emily remained silent, allowing him to continue. If you ever decide that you want a conversation about your future, I hope you will call me. There is no deadline and no expectation. Whether you remain here or choose another path is entirely your decision. I simply do not want talent like you to remain invisible because people fail to look beyond our uniform. Emily accepted the card with quick appreciation. Thank you. That means more than you probably really. Daniel nodded. No. I think tông guy I finally really easily what it means. They exchange a final handshake, not as custom and whiter, but as two people Veductio had come to respect one another rather than status. As Daniel wanted toward the restaurant entrance, he glanced back once more. Emily was already helping another server prepare room for tomorrow's work, moving with the same quick purpose that had defined her own evening. Nothing about her confidence depended on Aplalu, and that was the rare quality upon. Daniel stepped out into the cool Manhattan night just as the rain faded into a gentle mist. His driver opened the side door, but before getting inside, he turned back toward the glowing windows of the sterling room one final time. From the sidewalk, he could still see Emily through the glass. She was helping another server police silverware, logging Sophie at submitting Rebecca had said, and preparing the dining room for tomorrow easily as the evening had been completely ordinary. Daniel really that was precisely what made her extraordinary. She had never measured her work before Veductio noticed her. She mirrored it before every task with integrity, whether anyone was watching or not. During the drive home, the city light reflected across Vancouver Street, but Daniel barely noticed the skilling. His thoughts remained inside the restaurant. He replayed every assumption he had made from the moment he wanted to front door. He had you get a person be a uniform, believe intelligence and way a rich with an impulsive title, and spoken classically because he assumed no one else in his circle could understand him. Emily had correct none of those Mr. with anger. She had correct them with grace. Thạc Differn stayed with him for longer than the beginner's argument resting beside him on the little seat. The following Monday morning, Daniel gathered his senior leadership team for a weekly SW meeting. Before discussing financial report or international project, he shared a simple story. He never mentioned the value of the contract or the name of the investor. Instead, he spoke about the danger of overlooking quick talent. He instruct every department leader to spend more time listening before making judgment and remind them that the next great idea come from any office, any department, or any employee regardless of title. His answer to be noted that something in his leadership had changed. Confidence remained, but it was now balanced by greater humility. Across the city, like at the Sterling room contain as it and way hat. Emily greet every good with the same smile, carried every day with steady hands, and never mentioned what had happened during the remarkable evening. Rebecca eventually asked whether she planned to count the number on Daniel's business card. Emily smiled thoughtfully before placing the card back inside her wallet. One opportunity does not erase the responsibility and already have as she answered. When the time is right, it will know. Rebecca nodded, understand that Emily's parting was another episode of her question. Several weeks later, a handwritten letter arrived at the restaurant at the personally to Emily Carter. Inside was a brand new from the older Arab Esserovi thanking her once again for preserving not only the accurate of an argument book and so the trust between two families of business partners. At the bottom of the page had written a single sentence in Arabic alongside its English translation. It read, "The Greek wisdom is often spoken with a quiet voice." Emily folded the letter carefully and placed it beside the business card, keeping both notes as trophy book as reminder taking desk and knowledge and Wi-Fi the moment. Outside the restaurant, thousands of people who read through the street each day without ever noticing the woman carrying a tray through the dining room. They saw only a waiter. They never saw the disking behind her education, the sacrifice behind her smile, or the character behind her silence. But on one rainy evening in Manhattan, a room full of powerful people learning a lesson they will carry for the rest of their lives. Well may open door, influence may command attention, and success may fill a room with applause, but true dignity net none of those things. It clearly reveals itself in the moment when another person needs it most, and those who learn to recognize it will never again miss an ordinary appearance for an ordinary soul.